Oh, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, I recorded all the way to work. And then I recorded all the way home. And then when I got home, I checked the audio and it sounded like, and I didn't understand why. The only thing I had really changed was the microphones I was using and the memory card. And I just assumed that it was the memory card. So the first memory card I was using a couple days ago said that it was not supported no matter what I did. And I think that's just because it was too large. I think it only supports memory cards up to 32 gigabytes. So then I swapped it out with another micro SD that I had lying around, but it was super old, and I'm guessing that it was just not up to par. I had the Papa Bear and Baby Bear memory cards, but I needed the Mama Bear memory cards, so I hopped back on my bike, went all the way to Walmart. Got the memory card I needed, and I sat in the parking lot for what felt like an eternity trying to get the dang memory card out of its stupid little case. But then I threw it in and it seemed like everything was working properly, and I got home and the microphone still kind of clips sometimes. So I moved the microphone further away because I figured maybe my mouth is just too close to the microphone. But then when I do that, you can barely hear me over my motorcycle. So then I moved it back, and I think I've determined the issue. The real issue, I think, is me. I'm talking at a normal level right now. If I was having a conversation with someone, they would hear me clearly. But as soon as I start to speed up on my bike, I start to talk louder so that I can hear myself, but the microphone is still in the same spot, way closer to my mouth than it is to the motorcycle, so if I talk normal, it should still hear me. It's gonna be interesting to try and just talk softly as I ride a really loud motorcycle. I'm not gonna be able to hear myself talk. Luckily, not a whole lot happened yesterday. Wasn't anything exciting. That's my story of yesterday. Took the time to finally clean and lube my chain, which is good because I hadn't done that yet this year. I did a lot to this bike when I first got it because there was a lot of small issues that needed to be resolved and a lot of neglected maintenance. The brake lines really needed to be flushed, which I did, and the oil really needed to be changed. The throttle cable and the clutch cable really needed to be lubed. I actually ended up replacing the clutch cable because it was fraying, which is kind of scary. And I think the reason it was fraying is because these aren't the standard bars that come with this bike. These are called tracker bars. I ended up putting these bars on because I didn't like the bars that the guy put on. They were a lot narrower. They were closer to here rather than out here. So it felt like your hands were like really close together. And I did not like that. He also spray painted that bar, which I don't know why you would do that. So it was starting to chip and started looking ugly. And I also noticed that the throttle was getting stuck. And I said, I bet you the paint underneath the throttle was coming off and just gumming it up. So I bought this handlebar, which I really like. I cleaned out the inside of the throttle and it snaps back just great now. The only problem is this one is wider, so I had to replace the brake cable, and I also had to replace the clutch cable. The clutch cable was breaking anyways, but I had to replace that. And I think the reason it was breaking is because clutch cables don't usually have this hard, this is like metal, this is a hard bend. The way this bike comes stock, the handlebars are down here, and so the clutch cable needed to bend like that to be able to reach wherever it was going. So when you put it up here, it puts a little bit of pressure on it, and I think it just puts too much stress on the cable. I was thinking I would have to get a new cable, which I ended up doing. I have it, I just haven't put it on because I got a new stock cable because since the other one was fraying, and for whatever reason the new one seemed to work. It's almost like it was maybe a little bit longer than the one that was on the bike or something. So it's working out. Also, when I was trying to take the clutch cable out, this thing snapped on me. Like the thread stayed inside of this body. which really sucked. So I had to drill out the hole that screws into and rethread it. And it's working so far. I did buy this piece, so I have it if I need it. But so far it's hanging in there. What else? I ended up taking it to a local shop and they redid all the forks for me. They tried to true the wheels, but the guy I bought this from, again, he painted everything with a rattle can, and so some of the spokes are stuck because he painted them. I also bought some progressive front fork springs because the guy put the rear springs on, which is good, but I think the rear springs are a bit taller than the stock springs, so it kind of throws off the way the bike sits. And if you do that, you get wobble. You can't really play with that part of the bike too much, otherwise it'll start to throw the bike off a little bit. So I figured putting the progressive front springs in to match the rear springs would help that, and it does. And then I needed new tires because my back tire, it wasn't like they were bald, but they had been commuted on for so long, and when you commute on motorcycle tires for a long time, the back tire starts to get flat. And when it gets flat, it follows every little groove in the road. So I went to the dealership, and the dealership is clear out in sandy. They threw on the tires. I also asked them to maybe do a tune because this is an aftermarket exhaust, British Customs exhaust, which is really nice. I like this exhaust a lot, but I don't think the guy ever got the bike tuned after putting the exhaust on. And you really need to do that because you're changing the air to fuel mix ratio when you change the exhaust system. And so when I would go anywhere, it was popping really bad. Like anytime you would decelerate, they call it decel pop. And decel pop is not bad or harmful to the engine. It's just extra gas burning up inside of the exhaust and it makes a big pop sound. But in the morning sometimes it sounded like gunshots if the bike was cold. So I wanted to get that fixed. Plus I feel like if it's burning up extra gas in the exhaust, that means I'm not getting the most efficient fuel. So they tuned the bike. It no longer gets decel pop. The new tires feel incredible. It's crazy what a couple little things can do to a motorcycle to make it feel a lot better. I love riding this bike now. And luckily, it's pretty much up on all of its maintenance, which was good to hear. The guy who had it before me seemed to keep up on everything, so I'm not due for any maintenance until I hit, I think, 24,000 miles, which is close. 4,000 miles away from that. Anyways, I wasn't planning on turning this into a here's everything I've done to my bike conversation, but it just kind of happened like that. Maybe that's what vlogging's all about. Wow. I'm doing it, Peter. It used to also have like a little windscreen right here on the front of the bike. It was alright. I didn't like it. I liked the look of it without it. The Thruxtons came stock with a little windscreen, but to me it's kind of pointless. If anything, it blows more air up into your face, so. It's so nice that we get our own motorcycle parking, except it's not really that close to the door. I wish it was closer. Alright, well, we'll see if anything else interesting happens when I go home. Oh, sorry. Scared me. Oh, smoky. Farts. When those semis gotta back into these stalls, you're looking at a good old long time sitting here waiting for them to figure it out. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Ooh, an overlanding trailer. I want that.
I want that.
barking at? What you barking at? What you barking at? Huh? What you barking at? You go pop up. You go pop up. Yes, you are. Off to the gym. I've been told by many people that they love the way my burp sounds, so you're welcome to be blessed with that audio. Alright, well, once again, I am trying something new as far as microphones go. My voice is still clipping at certain points, and I'm still getting a lot of wind. I hate wind. The title of this video will be Quest for Perfect Audio. I don't think it exists. I don't think you can put a mic this close to your face and get good audio. I don't know if it's even possible. I am off to the gym. As you can see, I am wearing shorts. Not a smart move, I know. But my gym isn't that far away, and I don't have excuses. I really should put some sort of pantalones on. I have a class in about 12 minutes. I've been doing these things at Vossa called Studio Red. They're pretty good. I don't enjoy them, but I do them because it makes me work hard. And when I go to the gym, the only way I know how to work hard is to lift weights. I hate cardio, so I don't know how to push myself on cardio, and Studio Red helps me do that. Oh, about the mic, the change I made. I noticed there was still a bunch of wind and that my bike was overpowering my voice. So I threw a dead cat onto the mic in the hope that it will reduce some of that background noise and pick up my voice a little better. If you don't know what a dead cat is, look it up, but please include the words microphone in there somewhere. I don't want you Googling pictures of dead cats. Oh gosh, I buttoned my jacket. Why the heck is this button being such a butthole? Dang it. Alright, let's see if I can get this button one-handed. Where are you, button? Oh gosh, dang. Oh my gosh! What the frick is happening? Oh, I'm gonna flip it. Please don't go green yet. Please don't go green yet. Give me a second to do this real quick. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I think I got it. My top button on my jacket came off, and it was taking me an eternity to get it up. Or back together, not up. Oh, brother. Brother, indigestion. Every time I see another motorcyclist coming, I always double check to make sure my turn signal's off, because I don't want them to think that I'm some greeny driver. I don't know if I mentioned, but I spilled some nasty taco meat grease in my backpack, and I really need a new one. And I really don't want to pay for a new one, but I'm doing a steps competition at work, and if I win, I will get a $150 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, and they just so happen to have a few backpack selections that I like. So, however many steps I've taken today will determine how much longer I have to spend at the gym to finish getting the rest of my steps. It's 10,000 a day. Let's take a little look here. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be at the gym forever. I'm a bicyclist. I'm in the bicycle lane. Doggy. This never happens. No cars either way. I can just roll right on through. All right. See you in about 10 hours. Well, it's another day at the gym done. My classes are usually just under an hour. And when I finished, I was only at 5,000 steps. So that was like another 45 minutes worth of walking to hit my 10,000 steps. What you doing? What you doing? Why are you barking at me? Why are you barking at me? Why? Are you barking at me? Are you barking at me? Yeah. Oh, you just gotta be touching me, huh? He's a good girl. He's a good girl.